There's a couple of Marines, a couple of Air Force toads in here too. Now it's my pleasure to introduce, and I'm one of those Air Force toads. It's my pleasure to introduce a friend of mine and a person who's done a lot for something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's on our air. He may talk about it, may not. Today we did our pre-flight orientation over in Asheville, which I missed and Jeff missed because of other obligations. But our next United States Congressman, Jeff Miller.
I feel kind of like we're like speed dating right now. He's very quick. Gary's very quick to give other people credit. I want to tell you something. Rotarians, how many Rotarians are in here? Just put your hand up. Rotarians have taken the Honor Air program. I started back in 2006, and I wanted to get it throughout Western North Carolina and also across the state. Gary and a bunch of guys, Bob Haggard from Asheville, but they took it and they have made it even better. And they are about, this is number 17, I think, total 17 flights out of Asheville, North Carolina, World War II veterans. So, if you will, give the Rotarians and all the folks around here that sponsor this program a big hand. It's great stuff. And this morning, I think about 97 World War II veterans met with the Guardians to plan the trip, which is October 16th. We'll be flying up and back. And if you guys ever want to have a real treat, go to the Asheville airport about 6:45 the evening of the 16th and meet these veterans as they come home. It's the welcome home from the war that they never got. And it's a very emotional, just a real good day to get to be a part of that. These veterans are, that whole generation's been an inspiration to me, and they're primarily the reason I'm here today. The last 4 years of my life I've spent with these heroes. And they always heard me talk that the biggest void I ever had in my life was that I'd never served my country. And they called my bluff back in October. They said, here's an opportunity, it's not in uniform. We know it's not the same, but there is an opportunity to serve your country, and that is to serve it in Congress. And that's the first time I ever thought about it. It took me until about December or January to really convince myself that it's something I could do and was worthy of doing and was how it was supposed to be. But the fact is, our founding fathers wanted small business owners, shop owners, to be a part of this. And they needed people that, like you, know what it's like, and we talked about signing the front of a payroll check. Know what it's like to live within a budget. Know what the standards are that we all have to live, but they feel like they don't, with the exception of a good friend here. He certainly knows how to. But that's why I'm here. That, and that I have an 18-year-old son that I love more than anything, my wife, and I want him to have that same shot at the American dream. And to do that, we have to send people to Washington that will push it and that will not compromise their standards, not compromise your principles, and work hard at doing just that. And that's what I've pledged to do, is to go there and do nothing else but work and try to get it right. I know what it's like to live within a budget. I know what it's like to sign the front of that payroll check. I know what it's like to pay your employees and yourself and then save, and your bills, and then save a little bit and then pay yourself. We do know how to work with that, and I'm excited about it. Polling shows us right now we're up against a guy that had a lot of money. He doesn't mind telling, kind of bending the truth a little bit, right? Yeah. You guys have seen a few of these stories going around that I'm going to take your Social Security and I'm going to take your Medicare and change. Don't believe it. It's a promise to you, and we're going to honor it. He also says I'm going to ship away jobs. I don't know where that one really came from. I've been in the dry cleaning business. Our family's been in that 96 years. We hadn't shipped anything off to get it pressed or dry cleaned fit. So I'm a little confused as to where that one came from, but trust me, that's not what we're doing. We want to get Americans back to work. We want to get this country back on the way it was supposed to be, with the good old private sector jobs, not government jobs. And that's what I promise to do, is to dig in there and work real hard with like-minded individuals to bring the national debt down, to quit the spending, and pay attention to the private sector, and to live the same way that we're all expected to. And I'm excited about it. But these veterans are my inspiration, and trust me, I never want to let them down. They're my heroes, and I look up to them, and I certainly don't want to let my son down in his generation. We could lose a generation if we don't turn it around. This year counts. It's huge. These state races are huge. So let's pay attention. Let's keep it going. You guys have been doing great up here. Look at this room. I mean, you need a shoehorn to get somebody else in here. This is good. But thank you so much for being out here. If you will, give me a hand up here. How many veterans in the room? Let's go ahead and put them up again. All right, everybody give them a big hand. This is how I like to end my little speech each time before I introduce my friend here. So number one, you guys, I'll never apologize for America or being an American, ever. And Mr. Schuler can't say this, and he won't say this. I promise you, I'll never vote for Nancy Pelosi, okay? And now it's